Hello, good morning and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl. And here we are, it's dark o'clock in the morning on Thursday morning, 31st of August. And the Nova previews are up. So I wanted to get up early and make this video before I start work for the day. And to see what's happening in the old world. There were lots of talk about what this reveal about the old world was going to be. Was it going to be release dates? Was it going to be box sets? Well, let's dig in and find out if this is going to be a surprising one. So, Nova previews. Bow deeply for Elise Duchard. So the Old World project continues to gather momentum with the recent in-depth developer diaries covering the main factions at play, the new rules concepts. So we've done a video on both of those. And today it's time to reveal a brand new miniature for the Bretonnians. So Lady Elise Duchard is a prophetess of the Lady of the Lake and a powerful wizard who rides a muscular unicorn into battle alongside knights and peasantry. That rings a familiar bell. Well, let's check out the video. Okay, so there she is in all her glory. So the handmaidens of the Lady of the Lake aid their allies with magical powers rooted in the natural realm, and these blessed practitioners of the arcane arts occupy positions of high esteem in Bretonnian society. Accordingly, they are also granted the right to ride unicorns in battle, making them potent threat in whirling melee. Interesting. So I think the original Fey Enchantress who was riding a unicorn was okay in melee, but legendary hero and all that, legendary lord. So let's take a look at the model itself. I actually think I quite like this model. It's a nice detailing on the base, but not over the top that it detracts from the model. The unicorn isn't too skinny, which is often what I've seen on unicorns before. They tend to try and make them pretty. This one looks like actually a proper, almost warhorse style unicorn. And you can see a lot of detailing here. My daughter has a horse, and you can see actually there's a lot of detail that's gone into it, even with the ribs here and so on. So I actually think that looks quite nice. We notice that she's barefoot. We've got the roses or the flowers here. Are they roses or lilies? But the flowers, that was common to the original Fey Enchantress model who was riding the unicorn and obviously the grail in her hand. But so far, I think I actually quite like this model. I think the one thing on the paint job is, yes, you've got the pink flowers. Kind of feel like there should be some spot colour other than gold on her. I don't know, a bit of blue or something. Somewhere that just kind of changes the colour tone. It kind of all blends into one a little bit, but that's just personal. Everything like this is a personal aesthetic. But overall, I think this looks like quite a nice sculpt. Let's see what else it says. So, Elise Duchard bears all the symbols of her station, a golden grail. There we go. Flowing robes of the finest silk, and a mystical glowing sceptre. There we go. So we can now see her sceptre clearly. Nice bit of blue on that. So that's where they've put some of the spot colour. And you can see quite a traditional sort of almost medieval style headdress there. Her unicorn mount also has a name. Ariandir needs no saddle, but is wreathed with vines and flowers that tighten his rider's bond with nature. Okay. And she's also barefoot there as well. Okay, good. Nice little touch. These, I there's a lot of detail that's gone into this. I like this miniature. I like it. This definitely appeals to me. You can see the fleur de lis running around the grail there, typical symbol in Bretonnian culture. I've even got a little pendant here with fleur de lis on, quite nice. Okay, but yeah, for me, I just on her maybe a splash of colour somewhere. I don't know, maybe around the neck here, or the neck and the band, a bit of blue or something would kind of make her stand out just a touch more. Okay, this gorgeous resin miniature. So it is resin. Okay, so this is a resin miniature. No surprises there. So far, we were expecting lords, heroes, characters to be resin. Remains to be seen how the rest of the army is going to turn out. And as always, with that comes the big old caveat: it's not going to be cheap. So I remain having concerns in the game in terms of the resin models being expensive, and then we'll see how the rules are going to be in terms of army creation. Are they going to be huge armies? Is this going to be a really expensive buy-in just to get an army to play on the table, of which case the player base isn't going to be massive because people just can't afford it. And now more than ever, with all the cost of living crisis and everything going up around the world, inflation and all of that stuff, people just don't have as much disposable cash, and dropping several £100 just to start will be a problem. I think the only people that will escape that will be those with existing collections. The problem with it is yet people that really want to get into the hobby will be able to find alternative means, 3D printing, buying old models off eBay, that sort of thing. But you got to really want to do it. To get your average person into the hobby, they want to walk into a Games Workshop store, Warhammer store, or their local friendly game store, and pick up a bunch of Bretonnian boxes and walk out. And potentially the worrisome thing is at the potential price points with resin and large armies, that could be a showstopper. But we'll see. But yeah, you can clearly see the influence here. There's the Fey Enchantress. That was one of the damsels. They call these Grail damsels, but that one there's the Fey Enchantress. You can clearly see the influences there. Obviously, they did her dress in blue, make her stand out a little bit. But you can see the unicorns here don't have that. I mean, this one's a bit more muscular, but this one not so much. Whereas I really like how they've done this horse or unicorn in this particular sculpt. So yeah, I really like this. I really like the sculpt. I actually own this model, not this one. My damsel is on foot. It was not that often actually. Certainly at the back end of Warhammer Fantasy Battle in 7th and 8th, that you tend to put your casters in units to hide them. So yeah. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold, so forgive me if I'm a bit monotone. It's not that easy. So she's got the Grail there. They got the Grail. So yeah, okay. You can see the lineage. It's clearly, I mean, for me, it's clearly sort of this one moved up. Good thing this time, however, not riding side saddle. I think I much prefer her riding as she is. Let's say with the bare feet there. Very nice sculpt, and that's it. So 2 older versions of Morgiana, the Fey Enchantress, the hero of the end times, the 90s in the right and the noughties on the left. And this is the one that I had here. Right, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So there's no rules, there's no dates. The massive reveals from the Nova Open, in terms of Warhammer the Old World at least, is a single new miniature. Which is not an unusual theme for where we are in the old world. Now, there are all sorts of rumours out there right now. I've seen the latest rumour flying around is that the Christmas box sets that they always do for 40k and Age of Sigmar is also going to include a Tomb Kings and a Bretonnians box set for the old world. Well, either that means there's an old world is releasing before Christmas, or it would mean that they're going to release the box sets and then the rules after. I don't know. To be honest, I've been involved with Games Workshop collecting for, I don't know, well over 2 decades, if not more. When was it? 1992. 1991, 1992 would have been when I'd have been first start properly collecting. So, you know, that's, in fact, oh my word, that's like 30 years. And I've seen so many rumours that have been, you know, this is coming, that's coming. Some of them have been right, some of them have been wrong. I'm not going to hold any scope in those rumours. Salt on everything. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We keep our eye out for the next piece of news. But there's no new news here on when this game system is being released, and no new news on how it's going to play beyond what we've had already. So we've seen a few sculpts now. A lot of it's what we've seen is resin. I like the miniature. You know, let's go back to it. I like the miniature. This one, the other one they did, I was kind of, the battle standard bearer was okay. There were kind of some weird things with it. This one I really quite like. This one appeals to me personally. Aesthetic paint schemes is a personal thing. My personal opinion on this one is I quite like it. That's all from the reveal. I'm glad I got up really, really early to find out what the reveal was, and then to find out that it was just a single miniature. However, I am happy to be here reporting on this for you guys and giving you my thoughts. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments down below. As always, keep your eyes peeled for new content from the Ghost Owl, and we'll be keep tracking if there's any new news from the old world. We'll be doing a video on it as soon as we are able to. You've been watching the Ghost Owl. I'll see you very, very soon.